Greetings, family. This is Cassandra Faye Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates. Hopefully, you can hear me. I'm out in the country, and sometimes I have shoddy internet connection, but I am joining you on this lovely Sunday from Alabama, where I will be for some time. Uh, and I just decided it's been a while since I've done like a thorough live, and a lot has happened in the week and 2 days since I've been in Alabama. And so I thought I would take the opportunity to catch up with you guys, to update you guys, and hey Carlotta, and to just prep you guys. So to update you guys, to reach out and to prep you guys, because big things are coming and we must be ready. I'll tell you, so much has happened just in the last 48 hours, and those some things that have happened, had I not been diligent and stilled in my position that I trust me. Okay? I trust me. I trust my experiences. I trust the wisdom and the knowledge that those experiences have given me. I trust the integration that has come as a consequence of those experiences, baby. I trust my heart. I trust my mind. Baby, I trust the voices in my head. I confidently follow those decisions that come from those places. Do you understand? That's a hell of a statement for a little black girl born and raised in Alabama, baby. To trust yourself, no matter where you are in life, no matter how that place looks, to trust you. That's what it means to internalize that you are divine, baby. That's what it means, is to fully trust you. And had I not been able to trust myself, had I for only a moment reverted to that old insecure self that grew up in this place, had I for 1 second allowed any of my past experiences, victories and failures, to have me for a singular moment question me, question the place that I am right now, question the decisions that I am making in real time, then these last 48 hours would have had me fucked up in the game. I'm going to just tell you. These last 48 hours, the conversations in particular that have presented themselves in the last 48 hours, baby, it would have had me questioning everything. And I'm here to tell you, I get it. We get stuck in what we know. We get stuck in what we know. We get stuck in what we know. Honey, but what we know is always changing. What we know is always evolving. Who we are is never the same from day to day to day to day. That's why I'm always telling y'all, this hardcore conviction that you have in your labels, okay, that's you. But I'm telling you, y'all about to be real uncomfortable. Y'all about to be really uncomfortable. The me that I am is always changing, is always different, and I have to be okay with that. I have to accept that what I knew yesterday may have changed. That information may be old and outdated just from a single day. And I have to be okay to say, okay, well, nothing in the universe is static. Nothing. Everything is motion. Everything is frequency. Everything. Why is information any different? Do you think that history is static? Do you? Do you really think history is static? So baby, and it took a lot of work. You understand? I'm a Virgo with a Capricorn moon. We have a tendency to be real rigid. You understand? I had to get out of that, man. I had to accept the necessity to be fluid, baby. What Bruce Lee say, be like water, to be fluid, to be flexible, to be adaptable. You understand? And I'm going to tell you, these last 9 days here in Alabama, 4 of them days driving across the country, half that drive in a freak blizzard, child, has been a learning experience that I am so grateful for. When I tell you, there is nothing I am not grateful for. I am so grateful, even for the shades of gray, even for the little areas of discomfort. So much has happened. So much has happened over these last few days, baby. And about 2 days ago, I said, okay, I'm going to spend some time with myself. Many of you know, some of you don't, that I'm out here with my mother for some time. I'm going to be out here for a few more weeks, helping her in this new place that she is in her life. And this new place that she is in her life is one that can be scary and, and terrifying. And I am here to make sure that she does not descend. That's what I'm here for, is that she does not descend into fear and woe and grief and uncertainty and all of that shit that comes with these things that come up in our lives that are a communication. Any disease, now you can be mad, but this is me talking to you as a minister. This is me talking to you as a healer. This is me talking to you as an acupuncturist. This is me talking to you as a political activist. When our flesh and our spirit and our mind and our heart are at odds with each other, with itself, when our flesh is at odds with our spirit, when they are not moving in harmony or in concert, baby, the communication that the flesh uses is disease. So if you are afflicted, your body is communicating to you something that has to be either a mild, if it's early, or a major shift in your awareness so that your body can be brought back into harmony with your spirit and your heart and your consciousness, your mind. Do you understand? And so that's why I came out here. You understand? And for me, it was on several occasions very easy to default into panic or to default into anxiety or to default into fear. That's not what I'm here for. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, honey, spirit is at work on me now. Y'all can say what you want. Everybody's journey, everybody's walk is different. You understand? But I'm just going to tell you. Now, I've been doing lives on these here social medias for about 4 years now. Maybe 5. And so y'all can go back over them and see evolution. Y'all can see incorrect ideas that may have been correct at the time. But me being able to go back and say my position has changed. I was in error in this period of my life, or I have grown, I have evolved from this place in my time. And I'm just telling you right now, today, baby, sitting out here in beautiful, gorgeous, sunny Alabama, I forgot, baby, how much I love this state. I forgot how much I love where I was raised. I forgot. And to be out here, honey, and spirit, and I know the spirit is at work on me. I know that. Look, the Spirit is at work on me, baby. Like, you needed the rest you just got. Them months of rest, them months of not having to worry so that you could really be in yourself, that you could purge, that you could face yourself, that you could heal, that you could sleep 16 hours a day if you needed to. That was purposeful. Now, what you going to do with this time that you have with your mother? How? Because I'm always telling y'all, I'm always saying our destinies are linked. We are not out here as individuals. We are here as a unique presentation within the collective. That's what we are. We are not out here by ourselves. We are not independent. There is no such thing as independence. There is not. We are unique expressions of the one within itself. Okay? What does that mean? It means my peculiar expression of the one is just as necessary as the next peculiar expression of the one. Do you understand? And if our destinies are all linked, you understand? Because we are all linked. You understand? Because we are all the peculiar expressions of the one that make up the one itself. Every last one of us. Then why am I here in Alabama with my mama on this health journey that she has to take? It is because our destinies are linked, she and I. Our destinies are linked, my stepfather and I. They may not know it. They don't even have to accept it. They don't have to accept it. I don't have to talk to them about the sun, moon, and stars, about the universe, the spirit, or none of that. For me and my presence to be impactful. Do you understand? And so I went to church with my mother this morning. And honey, the sermon for the day was a confirmation of at least 3 conversations my mother and I have had this week. And I can't take it personally if she can't hear the word coming from me, but it can totally resonate with her when the preacher say it. That's fine. Take it how you can get it. It doesn't matter to me. You understand? I know what my destiny is. I know what my purpose is. Crystal clear, baby, crystal clear. I don't hesitate about it. I am crystal clear. And what I want for everyone, more than anything, is for everyone on the planet to have the kind of confidence, to have the kind of certainty that allows them to say without flinching, I am crystal clear about why I am here. I am crystal clear and certain of my purpose, the role that I must play in the world that I want to create. We have to all embrace that kind of confidence and audacity to say, I am keenly aware in my mind, in my body, in my spirit, in my heart, why God saw fit for me to exist in this most amazing time in history, child, and be moved by it. Ooh, be moved by it, baby. Because I hope y'all walk with me because I got a word for y'all today. I'm not going to go over everything that happened this week. It would be too much. So much happened this week. So much happened. And let me just tell you, so much happened from the time, baby, I stepped into my car to drive across country. Something was happening. All the way across the country. 33 hours of driving to get to Alabama that I did in 4 days. You understand? And there was just so much that happened, right? And these things that happened did not elicit fear in me at all. To me, they were communications. Do you see? They were not warnings. They were communications. Because I'm telling you why I'm telling you this. Because I told you all some time ago, I don't even remember when, but I made an announcement publicly right here on Facebook that I would no longer be calling myself a devotee of Ifa, right? That I still treasure the philosophy of Ifa. I still honor the Orisha. I still am so grateful for my 15 years as a devotee of this tradition. But I also recognize the need to evolve. This moment has happened to me so many times. I'm trying to tell you something. When I left the African People's Socialist Party, it was just as clear as when I made that announcement at midnight, whatever day that was a few months ago, that I would no longer be calling myself a devotee of Ifa. Right? When I quit the African People's Socialist Party in May of 2008, it was as clear as the day I joined the party that I have to be grateful for the experiences, grateful for what the experiences in that organization taught me, grateful for what I have learned, but recognize the moment where I could no longer evolve in that organization, and I had to let it go with love, child. It was the same way when I made that announcement about Ifa. It was. And every now and again, just like I did with the party, just like I did when I said out loud that I was no longer a believer in Christ, right? Every now and again, just for a little while, I'd be like, what if I made the wrong decision? What if I'm wrong? What if I'm wrong, right? Well, that has happened with Ifa. I still carry my relics, I still, squad up. I still protect myself spiritually, and these are one of the instruments to which I can use. One of the instruments that I have in my spiritual toolbox that I can go to when I need protection, when I need insight, when I need an oracle, when the decision for myself is not as clear as I would like it to be, then I can go to the oracles. You feel me? The difference was, and it wasn't until that night, when I woke up from a dream and recalled a reading that I got 6 years ago from a woman whose face I've never seen before and never seen again, where she told me, we met the day before I got this reading, and she told me, she said, you have to be mindful to never confuse reverence for submission. She said, you have a bad habit, historically, of confusing submission for reverence. You grab onto an idea and you submit fully to the idea, as opposed to showing proper reverence to the teachers of the idea, to the philosophy behind the idea, to the things that you see that the idea can do in the world, and take from that what you need and move on and continue to evolve. Submission does not allow you to evolve, baby. I hope you're hearing me. Submission does not allow you to evolve, okay? And so, I'm trying to get the best light here. All right. And so, I would every now and again go back to this reading that I received from this woman and be like, okay, in this period of my life, so 15 years, I devoted to Ifa, getting the readings, saying the prayers, doing the dances, doing the rituals, right? Being meticulous in the execution of those things. The same way that I was diligent in my participation in the African People's Socialist Party. The same way I was diligent in my participation in church when I was a Christian. Right? So here I am at 47 years old, having these experiences so much more frequently because I allow myself to be open. I allow myself to be fluid. I allow my heart to be the instrument that it was meant to be, a vessel through which things can flow and be poured, and a vessel through which things can be received and internalized and integrated. And to not hold on to that which does not perpetuate this flow of giving and receiving that always precedes evolution. I'm going to repeat what I said, baby. You can never evolve when you submit. Evolution cannot occur in the presence of submission. It cannot. Can you be open? Can you be like water? Can you be malleable so that spirit can integrate with flesh and do in the material world what it needs to do to transform the present and ensure the future? Can you do that? It's so interesting. I was in church this morning with my mother, taking notes. She looking at me, the lady next door looking at me, why is she writing? Because I know spirit is communicating everywhere. Everywhere, all the time. And I'm waiting for that. I'm looking for that. I walk into that place, ain't never been there. Don't know the preacher, don't know nobody in there but my mama. But I know, walking in there, that preacher has something for me today. I don't have to believe in Jesus to know that preacher has something for me today, because spirit is everywhere. Spirit is moving everywhere. Spirit is communicating everywhere all the time if you are open to receive. If you are watching, if you are listening, if you are feeling, if you are paying attention to the signals in your flesh, baby, that is the quickening. You understand? So anyway, I go up in there today and I took about 3 pages of notes off the sermon. But one of the things that he said today, one of the songs that the choir sang, because they have the lyrics playing up above head so you can sing along with the choir. And it struck me, the contradictions. The contradictions. Right? There's one song. What was the verse in the song? I think I can't check because I think I wrote it in was taking notes in my phone from the songs. Because the songs, baby. So I'm taking notes from one of the lyrics in the songs is talking about, I give myself away. I give myself away. This is an old church song. Give myself away. I forget the other lyrics, but it's basically allowing yourself to be molded by God. And one of the lyrics in the song says, my life is in the potter's hands for the potter to shape and mold me to his will. I was like, well, come on in with the word for the day. But isn't it interesting that I am telling you that we have to be malleable, that we have to concede, that we are surrounded by so much more than we could ever fathom, and to be okay with that, to be open to be open to receive miracles when they happen. We ain't even open to receive miracles when they happen, baby. What's the evidence of that? Because you experience a miracle and you say it's creepy. Oh, that was creepy. Excuse you? That was a word. That was a word. That was an affirmation from spirit that it is listening and is rooting for you. It's not creepy, and there's no coincidences. Why we still say that? You understand? We are so convicted to the old. We are still convicted by the antiquated. We are still so convicted to a lie, that we refuse to accept miracles as they are presented to us, oftentimes on a silver platter, baby, oftentimes effortlessly. We bloat them off because we are not present. That's why I sit my ass on the grass. Hold on, let me show you my yard. You understand? That's why I'm sitting my ass on the grass in front of this peanut farm that has existed behind my backyard since I was a little girl. You understand? That's why I'm sitting my ass on the grass when there's a perfectly good house with air conditioning that I grew up in. You feel me? That's why I'm sitting on the grass, surrounded by the noises of nature that you cannot hear when you in California. I'm like, oh my God, it's bugs. You understand? I am like, look at this. There are bugs. You understand? I hear birds and stuff. You understand? Because if we cannot see and experience for real the wonder and the majesty of the miracle of life that we are granted every day, we cannot even sit still in the majesty of how amazing this world is. How are we gonna recognize miracles when they come? You can't even sit still in your yard on the grass in the sunshine, reveling in the majesty and the orchestration, baby. The orchestration of the birds singing to the bugs and the bumblebees licking on the trees, you know what I'm saying? And ants doing their thing. You cannot, I'm just trying to tell you, that's why children are so happy until we corrupt them. Because they see the majesty in everything. They see magic everywhere. My little granddaughter walked out to the edge of these trees in our backyard and she was like, Yaya, it's the forest. They see the majesty in everything. They see the magic in everything until we snuff it out of them. Until we teach them that the world is something that is despairing and working against us. And if we believe that the world is despairing and working against us, then of course we are the products of the world, so we think that we are despairing, that our life should be defined by woe and struggle and hard work and resilience and all of these words that concretize in our flesh that suffering is our lot in life, that resistance is what our lives are defined by. I'm sorry, honey, I love the earth. I love the fact that she saw fit for me to exist. I love my mother as a personification of all of the magic embodied in the earth. I love the earth as a microcosm of the extraordinary magic that exists in the Black universe that saw fit for all to be made real. And if you cannot appreciate your own existence, your own face, to look in the mirror and see the beautiful, deliberate orchestration of generations and generations and generations of experiences and love making and baby. We are in real time the perfect culmination of all that our ancestors had for us in their blood, in their DNA, in their memories. But we have adopted philosophies that have us at war with our flesh, and we cannot figure out why we are at war with everything else. We are at odds with everything else because this perfect gift that that we have been given, we cannot appreciate for the pure, perfect, magical, wonderful miracle that it is. Even in the ways that we think we may be scarred or flawed, or, I got jiggly arms and I got a fupa, you understand? My acne got bad since I got here in this humid weather, you feel me? So we would strip down and condemn and blaspheme and ridicule and judge the perfect, beautiful, timely personification that is ourself in this flesh, spirit integrated in it to perform miracles in the world. That's all we're here for, is to be blessings to each other, is to be the personification of a miracle in someone's life, to be a blessing, baby, to be an answered prayer to someone else. That's all we're here for. It's what makes life worth living. But we get so hogtied, baby, condemned by the noise created to get us off task, created to make it impossible for us to appreciate magic every time it appears, miracles every time they occur. Man, look, I'm just trying to tell you, baby, this last 9 days since I left LA, maybe I'll tell y'all short stories, because there's so much that happened from the time I left this city to the time I got home to this day. And I'm going to tell you, the reason I got off on this little diatribe was because as a former devotee of Ifa, I was like, three significant things happened within a 24-hour period. Very significant, very loud communications, if you will. I was like, let me call my godmother and get a reading, just to make sure I'm on the up and up, just to make sure everything is in order spiritually, make sure that in the madness of driving across the country, there's something that I didn't miss. But before I called her, I called another sister who is a priest in the tradition. And she is a wonderful human being. Wonderful. I cannot sing her praises enough. But something occurred to me in the communication with her is I do not subscribe to fear anymore, in no area, in no space. So when those significant things happen, my knee-jerk response wasn't fear. This is a warning. This is a sign. Oh my God. That's not what my default was. Was like, Spirit is obviously trying to communicate something to me. Let me be clear-minded while I think about it, while I meditate on that, right? And this sister is beautiful and awesome and brilliant. Goddamn, just brilliant. And well-intentioned as she is, there was in what she told me about her interpretation of what was happening, everything about it was woeful, despairing, scary, and the like. And so I was like, and I'm listening, I'm taking notes, I'm hearing what she's saying, I'm internalizing what she's saying, and then I sat with it for the rest of the night. I didn't go to sleep that night. This was the day before yesterday. I didn't go to sleep till about 3 o'clock in the morning, just sitting with this word that I'd gotten from this priest in the tradition. And while some of her advice I did take, again, my immediate reflection is, you have done the work, baby. Trust you. We all here. You trust you. You trust us. You trust yourself. You understand? That's why I started out the way that I did. I trust me. I trust me. I trust my spirit. I trust my heart. I trust my mind. I trust my flesh. Do you understand me? I trust my desires are in alignment with the desires of my heart. Do you understand? And so, while I took into account, and one of the things that she said, and I get it, I understand why she said, and this is what I sat with last night. She was saying, Iapo, there is a way that people's intentions, people's jealousy, right? People's judgments, right? People's own personal hurt projected outward can cause you harm, whether that's their intention or not. They can just be jealous. They can just be like, why she always, right? And these things have just as much power and weight because they are an energy that we project out into the world, right? And she said, so you just have to be careful about what you say, on your lives. You've been on these social media platforms. You've been on YouTube for 4 years reading this book, she specifically mentioned The Great Cosmic Mother. She said, you've been reading this book, The Great Cosmic Mother, and you've been, trying to empower women and corral men into righteous allyship. And there are people in the world and entities out in the world who are not interested in the empowerment of women, who are not interested in men being genuine allies to women, who are not interested in seeing the world made better. And they may be projecting that negative energy onto you because of what you're saying on this medium that has so much attention. So when she said that, I said, I get that. I do. I get that because I'm talking to y'all about something like that all the time. Being mindful of what you say because it exists forever, right? What is it? The Lakota, I think it was the Lakota who said, to be mindful of what comes out of your mouth because your words live in the hearts and minds of 7 generations, right? And now my left brain, right? Science is saying the same thing. That energy exists forever, and the power that emanates from your heart and proceeds out of your mouth, it lives forever. It exists forever, right? And so I'm always telling y'all that. And so I received what it was she had to say. But the energy through which she had to say was concern and fear and like the negative aspect of what it is I am doing. Let me tell you, I trust me. I trust spirit. I am genuinely, confident, audaciously confident in why I am here, in the capacity through which I exist in this life. I am audaciously confident in my peculiar personification as the one in real time. Do you understand? So while I will receive what it is that I need to receive in this interaction, I had a breakthrough. As a longtime devotee of Ifa, just a few months ago, if I would have gotten the feedback then that I got last night, I would have been in crisis. Child, I would have internalized the fear and the hesitation and the reservation. I would have. When I say it exists nowhere in my body, even when she was talking to me, I said, okay, these are the things that I will take into account and I will do. Let's go ahead and do that, right? But baby, I trust me. Why can I say that with such confidence? Because I trust God. That's why. I trust me because I trust God. How is it? I forget the quote and I always ruin it, but it's a biblical quote, something like we are fearfully and wonderfully made. That's what y'all say. We are faithfully and wonderfully made. God has faithfully and wonderfully made us. So if that is the case, baby, walk your talk. Walk your talk, man. Your shit gotta line up. Your faith has to line up. The scriptures say that too. Faith without works is dead. What are the works? Is it doing things for other people? Is it just feeding the people? Is it just going to church on Sunday? That's not the works. Faith without works is dead, meaning you can say what you want up here. Like, I have faith. I believe this. I believe that. But if in your daily life, I'm talking about your daily life. I'm talking about that you are behind closed doors when ain't nobody watching. You in your daily life are worried, fearful, angry, resentful, frustrated, pessimistic, judgmental, right? Then that's the works, is your action in real time. Because it's easy. Scripture talks about this too. Talks about doing your works in public, because you can get I forget the exact quote, but it's something to the effect of, you do your works of good, you do your offering, you do your prayer, you do your fasting in secret. You do that in secret so that the Lord may bless you in the hereafter. But when you make displays of how wonderful you are, you feel me? You go out into the public and all these videos of people showing themselves, giving money to poor people, showing themselves, feeding the people. You walk up to some homeless person, you say, here, let me give you $100, but you videoing the whole time. First of all, you put their despair on display, and I think it's gross. Second of all, I agree with that scripture. If you're going to do good, do it behind closed doors. You're going to get what you need. You're going to be fed from that action, because Spirit is everywhere all the time, rallying on our behalf, rooting us on, man. So that's what I'm talking about. So when I got, this communication from the sister, I retrieved from it what was useful for me, what applied to me, and what my spirit did not resonate with, I left where it was. This is what I mean. This is what that reading 6 years ago, 5 years ago, was communicating to me, that we are moving. We are not moving, child. We are in real time in a new age. We are on a new side of the galaxy that we haven't been on for 25,000 years. We are in an air sign for the first time in 8,000 years. This shit about to pop. It's about to go. Are you fluid? Are you malleable? Are you boundless? Are you open to receive what Spirit has in store for you? Are you open to receive? So we're moving into the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is the water bearer, pouring out the bounty of the waters of heaven, illumination, the coming together of the many, the deconstruction of the past. This is the place that we're moving into. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to be blessed? Or will you ignore it as a coincidence when you get handed a blessing on a silver platter and you're like, ooh, that's creepy. But you asked for it in your spirit. You asked for that in your heart. But now you brush it off as a coincidence. You have, baby, I'm just telling you, the now, the present, the gratitude in real time, not in, it took years. It is a discipline. It took years of me speaking out loud. I am so grateful. I am so grateful for every experience. I am so grateful for every interaction. Even if those interactions may be uncomfortable at the time, I am grateful for every person I've ever met, because they have shaped me. Every bad experience and every good has created what you see in real time. Right? I am so grateful for the many, many, many ways that Spirit shows up in my life and shows out. You understand? Spirit shows up and shows out. I say it is so, and it is so. I'm telling you, just like that. I was telling the homegirl the other day, the first prayer I ever said when I was making the decision to become a devotee of Ifa, the very first prayer I ever said, I said, look, Eshu, if you real, then you know me. And if you know me, you know I don't need no signs. I don't need no symbols. I don't need no shit. I need to interpret. If you are real, I need you to make it plain. I need it to be butt naked and easily understandable as if I was 3 years old. I swear, verbatim, that was the prayer. And from that day, 15 years ago to this, it has been that. In plain sight, butt naked, crystal clear, nothing to interpret. And do you know what is behind all of that? Spirit said, if you trust me, God said, if you trust me, then you trust yourself. That's why I have the audacity to say I trust me. In a world that bred self-distrust in me as a little black girl from Alabama, always second-guessing myself in space, always second-guessing how I presented in space, always questioning my own mind, my own consciousness, my own heart. If I say this, I would second-guess it because, I must be wrong. It took a lot of years and a lot of heartbreak, a lot of betrayal, a lot of knocks and bruises to get to this space where I can say above all else that I trust me. I trust my whole me, baby. I trust my nappy gray hair. I trust my skin. I trust my complexion. I trust my liver and my lungs and my spleen. You feel me? I trust me. I trust my heart. I trust my mind. I trust my spirit. I trust my place in time. Because I trust me. I trust the ancestors. I trust God itself. Because we are one. We are one. I am not apart from them. I am not apart from my ancestors. I am not apart from heaven. I am not apart from God. We are one, baby. We are one. And this is the thing we're going to have to get comfortable with. All of us. Men, women, and everyone in between. Black, white, and everyone in between. We are going to have to get comfortable. We are going to have to get comfortable in our differences. Not in some tolerant way. I reject tolerance. I reject tolerance. Honey, I live a life defined by wanting to participate with the world in creating a world of genuine sovereignty. Genuine sovereignty. You understand what that means? It doesn't mean tolerance. It doesn't mean, what's that other bougie word they use, like for race relations and studies and all that. None of that. I trust me because I trust God. And if I trust God and I trust that I am the beautiful, peculiar personification of the one in the now, then I believe that for every last one of y'all. No matter how far away you have strayed from source, you have the ability, as long as you are breathing, to be won back into the fray. You feel me? And if I believe that, then I have to honor the sovereignty of each and every one of you. However you present in real time. That's what the question is. That's what the question is. Everybody get caught up and stuck on labels. Fine. I get it. I understand why we do that. But I don't call myself a devotee anymore. I don't call myself a black nationalist anymore. I don't call myself many things anymore. I might have to let y'all go because I think my phone is dying. Shoot. God damn it. Hold on. Oh, man. Oh, here. Yeah, it's going to die soon. So if I die, then I'm going to probably have to, go so I can make sure I don't lose the video. But all I'm saying is like, we have to honor each other's sovereignty. If I honor your sovereignty, it means that I honor the God in you. I honor your ancestors. I honor your personification as a part of the one. I honor your peculiar expression of the one in real time right now. That's what it is. That's what sovereignty is. That's what honoring sovereignty is. So it doesn't matter to me. Now, it may matter to a bunch of y'all, but we have to surpass this. We have to surpass this. We can't keep talking about how those in power are always exploiting our differences, and that's why we can't move forward, and then we still fall into the trap of dishonoring people's differences as if that matters on the grand scale of things. Do we want to change the world or not? That's all. That's the only question. Do we want people to experience happiness as their foundation in the world? That's the question. That's it. It's that simple. Do we want the world to be defined by love and respect and harmony, even in our differences? That's the question. And if you're not interested in that, then you are not serving the one. You're not. And so for me, sovereignty is the question. And sovereignty says, for me, it says, I honor you. I don't tolerate you. You understand? I don't accept you. I honor you. Because I know that you too are a peculiar expression of the one in the now. That is all. And if we can do that, if we can step out in the world that way, having the ability to relinquish, to let go of the spirit of judgment, to relinquish, let go of the spirit of fear, worry, anxiety, rage, resentment, those things that cannot, they are supposed to be momentous, just momentary, experiences that communicate something to us about a disharmony that exists in real time, and then to be able to move from it. We harbor and hold in the cup called our heart this mess and madness, typically that has been fed to us through these mediums that are shaping our mind and to win us away from the one. Do you understand? And we cannot keep looking out there somewhere for the one. The one is right here, right now, present in real time, every day, just as present in the grass that I am sitting on as it is in the flesh that I am sitting in. This is the work. This is the work. And so today was, the last 24 hours were huge for me, because in my body, the signs that my body gives me, raised hair, goosebumps, chills down my spine, a swirling in my head, the moment that I recognize that, yes, I can retrieve from these past experiences those things that I need, those things that are going to be useful for me in creating this future that I want to see exist in real time. And that stuff that does not serve me, child, it can stay right where it's at. The question that we have to ask ourselves at any given time, and I'm going to end this way so I can save this video. At any given time, we are only doing two things. I'm trying to tell you. In real time, we're only doing two things all the time. We are either consciously creating the future. Consciously creating the future. That means being mindful of how we speak, being mindful of how we behave. Are our actions in real time, even behind closed doors when no one is watching, in alignment with what we say we believe? That's consciously creating the future in real time. We're either consciously creating the future, or we are unconsciously recreating the past, the woes, the ails, the despair of the past. Because we are reactionary in everything we do. We are reacting to the past. We're reacting to the past. We're reacting to the past. I'm angry because of the past. I hate white people because of the past. I can't stand men because of the past. I'm just trying to tell you, baby, this is a breakthrough for me too. Okay? That does not mean that we do not have things that we as a human family need to resolve among each other that our past can inform us of. But are we emotionally invested in the past? Are we always reacting to the past, mindlessly, unconsciously reacting to the past? Are we rigidly submissive to a past that we think cannot be changed? Therefore, we doom our descendants to a future of the same. And I'm trying to tell you, especially these next few days, these next 28 days, where these heavenly situations, you understand, Saturn entering Pisces. This is about Saturn entering Pisces is about the resolution of 30 years of your karma. This shit hit me like a ton of bricks. Where were you 30 years ago? What was happening in your life 30 years ago that you need to finish out this chapter on, clean up, close out, or build on? This is happening on the 7th. On the 8th is the Virgo full moon. On the 20th is the equinox. And on the 23rd, Pluto, baby, who I've been talking to y'all about for 2 years now, is moving into Aquarius. Are you ready for the future or not? Are you ready to create the world you say that you long for or not? The easiest thing that we can do is be mindful all the time of what we are creating when we open our mouths, what we are creating when we interact with others all the time. Even those people that we say we don't like. Guess what? You don't have to like somebody to honor their sovereignty. You do not have to, quote, like someone or be friends with someone to honor and affirm in real time that they are a beautiful, necessary, peculiar expression of the one in real time. This is what the work is. So I want to end with that. I want to say thank you all for joining me. When my phone is charged up, I'll be doing some more. I'll be doing some more lives now that we've gotten on a rhythm here with my mom and how I'm showing up here. And so thank you so much for tuning in. I know I said a lot, but if you don't catch anything, start delving into where you were 30 years ago and what karma you need to close out. Because if you don't close it out in this 3-year period that Saturn transitions into Pisces, you are bound, baby, to repeat it. Let's clean up our past. Let's resolve our past. Let's make peace with our past without judgment and create this future, man. Let's go ahead and make this shit pop. Let's go ahead and create a future that is one where everyone can be honored. Everyone's sovereignty can be honored. Okay? So this is Cassandra Faye Floyd, founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, also known as the Daughter of the Fates. And I will see you again probably later on this evening, but if not this evening, definitely tomorrow. Peace and prosperity. Thank you all for tuning in.